Everybody can see it? Big full screen? Yes. So let's get started. Hare Krishna. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी Arav, Abhi, can you bring the speaker here? So this can communicate nicely with that. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Girivaradhari Yamuna Tiravanachari Tiravanachari Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Let us chant our Mangalacharan, auspicious invocation prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tvise Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadādhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for being here this evening. Very happy to see all of you after some gap. So we are studying chapter 5 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Can we mute the TV? आपको नहीं दे रहा क्या? हाँ ठीक है. No problem, no problem. I'm fine. So we have to start from verse number 14 today. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, text 14. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः न कर्म फल संयोगं स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि लोकस्य सृजति प्रभुः लोक न कर्म फल संयोगं स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते. Translation and purports by our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Shri Srimad Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Lord Krishna is telling Arjun, and through Arjun, he is telling all of us. The embodied soul means the embodied spirit, Jivatma, who is the master of the city of his body. Remember in the previous class, we said that the human body is the city of 9 gates. Navadvara Puri. It's a city of 9 gates. And we discussed what are the 9 gates. So, who is the master of the city of 9 gates? The soul. Each soul is given a body. Either a human body, or a bird body, aquatic body, terrestrial body. All living entities have a body. It could be a bacterial body, amoeba body. But every soul is given a body. And that soul is the proprietor, master, owner of that body. Your body is yours. Your body is yours. My body is mine. So the embodied soul means the soul who has been given the body or who has accepted that body, embodied. The embodied spirit means the embodied soul, Jivatma, who is the master of the city of his body, does not create activities, nor does he induce people to act. nor does he create the fruits of action. All this is enacted by the three modes of material nature. It is happening through the modes of material nature. Swabhav means the material nature. This Prakriti is doing everything. The soul who is in the body has nothing to do with this Prakriti. For example, we are reading Harry Potter and we become so involved in that now this fighting is going on, this demon is attacking, what is going to happen? And we are completely absorbed. We may experience excitement. We may experience suspense. Sometimes while reading, we may laugh. There's a joke. We may experience humor. But actually, do we have anything to do with Hogwarts School of Magics and Arts? Do we have anything to do? Nothing. But because we have accepted that, we are completely into it. Similarly, in this material world, so much action is going on, so many reactions are going on, so many things are going on. Actually, the spirit soul who belongs to the spiritual world has nothing to do with this material world. But we become completely enamored by the material nature. And we feel I am Indian, I am American, I am Pakistani, I am this, I am that. Go dogs. If you talk to Gopal. So we become completely one with that. We accept it as ours. When we were in high school, it was some other go this team. Then in college, some other go. Then when we grow older, then it may be some NBA team, not a college football anymore. Just giving examples. So like that, it is actually the person has nothing to do with that team. He is not getting paid. He's not playing. He has no decision making in that team, but it's just Atmiyata. We accept it as ours. Same thing we have, Krishna is saying, same thing we have, the soul has accepted in this world. The soul does not create material activities. The soul does not induce people to act. The soul does not create fruits of action. Why? Because the soul is spiritual. कोई लेना देना नहीं है. Just like we have nothing to do with Hogwarts school. It's not real for us. But when we are reading it, we are part of it. वो कौन सा game? Quickie game that they fly like that? Quidditch. So we feel, oh, I'm also part of it. Now goal, 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 like that. Actually, that game doesn't exist. Nobody flies like that. But we become completely absorbed. Similarly, we have become absorbed in this material world. Krishna is saying. Text number 15. Nadatte kasyachit papam na chaiva sukritam vibhu Ajnanenavritam jnanam tena muhyanti jantavaha.
Nadatte kasyachit papam
Nadatte kasyachit papam
nachaiva sukritam vibhu
ajnanenavritam jnanam
tena muhyanti jantava.
tena muhyanti jantava. Jantava means janta, a person, people. And ajnanena avritam. Avritam means covered. Ajnan se completely covered. Jnanam. Their knowledge is completely covered by ignorance. So Krishna is saying, so in the previous verse, what did Krishna say? That the jiva has nothing to do with the actions of this world. He has nothing to do with the fruits of action in this world. Everything is done by Prakriti, material nature. And is the jiva part of material nature? No. The jiva, the spirit soul, is spiritual. Therefore, he has nothing to do. Now, Krishna continues, nor does the Supreme Lord assume anyone's sinful or pious activities. So the soul, the Jivatma, has nothing to do with Papa and Punya because it is spiritual. Oh, then does Krishna have to do with it? Who is going to settle the account? Is Krishna going to be involved? No. Krishna is saying, nor does the Supreme Lord assume anyone's sinful or pious activities. Embodied beings, however, are bewildered because of the ignorance, adnyan, which covers their real knowledge. Adnyanena vritam jnanam. Their knowledge is completely covered over by adnyan. Because we think, I am the doer. मैं करता हूँ. Karta aham iti manyate. If I do this, I must get this result. You have done this, you must get that. So we forget that we are spiritual entities and we think that we are material people of the material world. And therefore we become muhyanti. Muhyanti means we become bewildered. We become angry, we become happy, we become depressed, we become dejected because we are thinking we are part of this material world. Actually, we have nothing to do with this material. Just like when you close that Harry Potter book and put it down, it has nothing to do with it. There may be violence going on, there may be that Dumbledore is taking over everything. We have nothing to do with it. We have nothing to do with it. He's not going to kill us. He may be killing people there, but nothing. We have nothing to do with it. Similarly, हम लोग इस भौतिक जगत से परे है. We are beyond this material world. We have nothing to do with this material world. But we have become completely fascinated and entangled. That's what Krishna is saying. Why? Because of Adnyan. Do they teach in Georgia Tech all this? That this material world, you have nothing to do with this material world, my dear students. Do they teach like that? No. Not they teach me in Emory. I never learned this. Because all these universities and colleges are teaching Jada Jnana. They are teaching knowledge of the material world. Whether it is rocket science or it is nuclear science, it may be the most advanced artificial intelligence, but it's all material. They don't teach Divya Jnana. They don't teach spiritual knowledge anywhere. And therefore, the wisest double, triple PhD, the most published academic scholar in this world, is completely absorbed in the material world with which he or she has nothing to do. Anything. Can you believe this? The highest IQ people in this world, all their intelligence, all their accomplishments are within the material realm. And they are not part of the material realm. When they die, everything will be left behind. They cannot carry anything to their next life. So every day we should ask ourselves, today what transcendental activities have I done? आज मैंने अध्यात्म के मार्ग पर क्या किया? What did I do on the spiritual path today? Material activities we all do. And that we have to do as long as we have a material body. We have to take care of the material body. We have to take care of family. But with the understanding, reading the Harry Potter book and enjoying it, but understanding that this is not real. Read Harry Potter book, but don't pester your parents. Now send me to Hogwarts. Send me to Hogwarts. You see the difference? Text 16. Last verse for today. ज्ञानेन तु तद् अज्ञानम् येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः तेषामादित्ययज्ञानम् प्रकाशन्ति तत्परम्.
ज्ञानेन तु तद् अज्ञानम्
ज्ञानेन तु तद् अज्ञानम्
येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः
येषां नाशितम् आत्मनः
तेषाम् आदित्यवज्ञानम्
तेषामादित्यवज्ञानम्
प्रकाशयति तत्परम्.
प्रकाशयति तत्परम्. Krishna is saying, so in the previous verse, Krishna said that we are all covered with ignorance. Our knowledge is covered with ignorance. Krishna is saying, when, however, one is enlightened with the knowledge by which nescience is destroyed, nescience means ignorance, it is destroyed, then his knowledge reveals everything, as the sun lights up everything in the daytime. Have you ever tried camping, being in the forest? When I was in India, me and my father and brother used to do it very regularly. So when we go camping in the forest, you are dependent on the moonlight. If it is Amavasya, starlight, and if it is cloudy, it's pitch dark. You cannot see anything, cannot differentiate the sky from the land. Everything is black. unless you have a fire or something. So at night in the dark, our eyes are very good, but without light, our eyes are useless. Just anatomically, physiologically, our eyes, they need light to see. So eyes may be 20/20 vision, but if there is no light, we are blind. So when the sun comes and everything is lit up, then everything becomes clear. This is the land, this is the tree, oh, this is a rock. It looked like, I don't know what silhouette it was. It's just a rock. It's not a bear sitting there. Everything becomes crystal clear when the sun rises. Similarly, Krishna says, when we are in the fog, no, not fog, when we are in the darkness of ignorance, we cannot see anything. But when that ignorance is replaced with knowledge, then we can see things. जो अज्ञानी है, one who is ignorant, will see this material world with great passion. ऐसा होना चाहिए, ऐसा होना चाहिए. This is, will have many opinions, will have many desires. But when a person really understands Bhagavad Gita, when a person really takes shelter of Krishna, then one understands, yes, this is the material world. I have to engage in this material world. But really, this material world is destined for failure. It's a failing fight in this material world. No matter how much you try, you cannot become zero waste in this material world. Doesn't mean that we should not try. We have to do our bit. We have to be good citizens for the pleasure of Krishna. But still, we are like Jatayu fighting Ravan in this material world. Ultimately, Kali Yuga is going to progress, and all the saints will disappear from this world. People will be penalized for talking about God. Governments like the atheistic governments like China, they will take over. This Srimad Bhagavatam, I'm not saying, Srimad Bhagavatam says this is going to happen when Kali Yuga progresses. Kali Yuga lasts for 432,000 years. Only 5,000 years have elapsed. So still 427,000 years of Kali Yuga are left. So things will deteriorate. There will be more pollution. There will be more plastic. Srimad Bhagavatam says that there will be so much pollution that no crops will grow. And everyone will be forced to become non-vegetarian. People will be forced to eat meat. Then slaughter-worthy animals will also become extinct and people will have to become cannibals. Srimad Bhagavatam says this. Srimad Bhagavatam was written 5,000 years ago, and 5,000 years ago, Bhagavatam predicted the coming of Gautam Buddha. It is so accurate. So these things are going to happen. And we actually see. When I was in medical school in 1998, the number of cancers we would study was not that much. Now there are so many different types of leukemia, so many different types of lymphomas, and the incidence of cancer statistically is increasing. It's not that the diagnostics are improving. That's why we are diagnosing more cancers. The incidence, the prevalence is also increasing. It's a fact. Cancer is on the rise because of the pollution, environmental pollution. And this will get worse as time goes by. We may temporarily see some reversals. Like when two people are fighting, when Mike Tyson is fighting with somebody and Mike Tyson is going to, in round number 8, is going to knock down the opponent. Maybe in round 2, the opponent will throw some effective punches at Mike Tyson. It's possible. And one may get hope. He scored some points. He scored some points. But it's just a matter of time. 8th round, he's going to be knocked out by Mike Tyson. Similarly, in this world, Kali Yuga is going to win ultimately. But that does not mean that we don't do our very best. Jatayu fought with all his last iota of strength. He did everything. Ramayana describes. First, Jatayu tried to appeal to Ravan's morality. He's saying, why are you stealing Sita when Ram is not there? Wait, Ram will come. You fight him, defeat Ram, and then take Sita. Like a Kshatriya, like a brave warrior. This doesn't befit you. Ravan said, forget it. I don't want to face him. He killed my two brothers, Kharbhushan and 14,000 Rakshasas. I don't want to fight him. I will take Sita. Then he said, okay, I am challenging you. You're a Kshatriya. Come on, stand, fight with me. So he challenged him. First, he appealed to his ethics and morals. Didn't work. Then he challenged him. That also didn't work. Then Jatayu did Dharma Upadesh. He told Ravan that Ravan, this is not correct. You are taking away somebody else's wife. You are abducting her. This is very sinful. You will lose your whole family. Your whole dynasty will be destroyed. And you are inviting inauspiciousness for yourself. Don't do this. He gave him religious counseling. Didn't work. Three things didn't work. Then fourth, last resort, Jatayu with his talons and his beak actually started fighting Ravan. He killed the mules who were pulling his chariot. He ripped his armor and sat on his shoulders and started biting him on the back with his beak. So Ravan had to let go of Sita. So Jatayu fought like anything. He gave it everything. Similarly, my dear friends, in this world, we may see that vice is winning over virtue, evil is winning over goodness, but that does not mean that we give up fighting. We have to fight. Why? What is the motivation to fight a losing war? Who wants to fight a losing war in this world? We want to. Because our motivation is we want to please Krishna. Krishna says, Ma Manusmara Yudhyacha. You be Krishna conscious and you fight in this world. Krishna says, Yudhyacha. You fight in this world. So we have to fight for Dharma. Arjun fought for Dharma. Maharaj Prataprudra fought for Dharma. Srila Prabhupada fought for Dharma. He came here and he sat on the chest of the Western civilization and said, close your slaughterhouses. Your sixth commandment out of 10 commandments is thou shalt not kill. Why are you maintaining all these slaughterhouses? And the Christians countered that thou shalt not kill refers to human beings. Prabhupada said then it should be thou shalt not murder. But the Bible says thou shalt not kill. Don't have these slaughterhouses. This is very sinful. How much pain you are giving these animals. So we have to fight for Dharma, for the pleasure of Krishna. That is our motivation. Therefore, a devotee will never become depressed in this world. Because we know, even though we are like Abhimanyu, same thing. You think Abhimanyu did not know about Jayadratha? He knew. He knew he was going to die. But he was fighting for a higher cause. He was fighting for Yudhishthir Maharaj. To protect Yudhishthir Maharaj. Otherwise, what was Dronacharya's plan? To arrest Yudhishthir. Yudhishthir is arrested, war is over. Bhim has to surrender. Arjun has to surrender. Nakul Sahadev have to surrender. So they had a very strategic plan. Let's just capture Yudhishthir. And to capture Yudhishthir, they created the Chakravyuh. And very cleverly, they diverted Krishna and Arjun to the other side of the battlefield. And the Chakravyuh, like a hurricane, cyclone, twister was coming, tornado, to engulf Yudhishthir Maharaj. And nobody knew how to break that Chakravyuh. There was Dronacharya, Kripacharya, Ashwathama, Duryodhan, Dushasan, Karna. Such warriors against Yudhishthir. Abhimanyu knew how to break it. Enter inside the tornado and break it. But he didn't know how to come out. Yudhishthir and Bhim said, don't worry. You are our child. You just break it, we will come with you. We will protect you. And Duryodhan had a plan, counter plan for that as well. He told Jayadratha, you have only one service today. You have to stop the 4 Pandava brothers from entering the Chakravyuh. And he had a boon. Previously, Jayadratha had kidnapped, abducted Draupadi in the forest. Jayadratha was such a lech. He was going to get married. He was on the way to his own marriage. On the way, he sees Draupadi in the forest. And says, I want to marry her also. Oh, no, she's already married. She's already married. And who told? His son. His name was Kakuti, something like that. His son told that, Pitaji, she's already married. And who is she married to? So Jayadratha was already married to the sister of Duryodhan. So he said कि जो मामा है, दुर्योधन मामा, उनके cousins है, they are married to Draupadi. So don't do this. He said, go and tell her I want to marry her. Oh, you're so shameless. He's telling his son, go and tell, propose on my behalf. This was Jayadratha. And he actually went and abducted Draupadi when the Pandavas were gone to the forest to get some fruits and roots for Draupadi to cook. And he put her on his chariot and started running away. And Draupadi was under the protection of their guru. Pandavas had a guru, Dhaumya Rishi. And Dhaumya Rishi is running behind the chariot. Are, Jayadratha, don't do this. Don't do this. This is adharma. And he started crying out, Bhim, Bhim, Yudhishthir, Arjun, where are you? Come. They heard the cries. They came running. He said, Jayadratha came and abducted Panchali. Bhim, Arjun got on their chariots. They told Yudhishthir that you stay with Gurudev. Nakul Sahadev, you also stay with Gurudev. Both of us will go. Oh, but he has a big army with him. Don't worry. Take care. Arjun and Bhim went. A very interesting fight. Very beautiful fight. Arjun shot arrows, long distance arrows, which killed the horses and chariot driver of Jayadratha. Just by hearing the sound, he was so accurate. Just by hearing where the chariot sound is coming, he shot arrows, dismembered the chariot completely. Jayadratha was on the ground. Bhim caught up with him, completely defeated him, tied him up like an animal, and said, come, you are a slave now, and threw him at the feet of Yudhishthir Maharaj and Draupadi. He was begging forgiveness. So sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So Bhim said, Bhaiya, Yudhishthir, just give me permission, I will kill him. So Yudhishthir said, he has taken shelter of us, we cannot kill. That's the Kshatriya law, he's begging forgiveness. But give him a punishment that is worse than death. Cut off half his mustache, cut off half eyebrows, cut off his hair in bits and pieces, and release the slave. So he was released. Jayadratha. The lesson we can learn from this is a hardened criminal like Jayadratha, who has very low moral values, never expect them to follow the same moral values that we follow. Yudhishthir Maharaj thought that because we are letting him go, we are sparing his life, he will be grateful to us. Instead, what did Jayadratha do? Chikki is upset because he was enjoying hearing the glories of Pandavas. He doesn't like interruptions. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So then, Jayadratha, instead of being grateful to the Pandavas for sparing his life, he went and he did severe tapasya and worshipped Lord Shiva. When Shankar Bhagwan appeared, said, what do you want? You have done this tapasya, so I have to give you some benediction. Shankar Bhagwan didn't want to give anything to a wicked person like Jayadratha. But just like if you go to a shop and you go to a car dealership and you give them $30,000 and say, I want that sedan, that's okay, take it. You have to give. Similarly, if you go to a Devata and you offer certain prayer, certain this, then you become eligible to get some benediction from them in return. This is called karma kand, fruitive activity. You do something not out of love, not out of bhakti. Jayadratha didn't have bhakti, but he wanted something material. He wanted revenge. So he told Lord Shiva, give me the strength so I can kill these 5 Pandavas. I want to kill them and then I want to marry Draupadi. She's so beautiful. Shivaji started laughing. He said, you fool, you can never get such a benediction. Especially Arjun, he's the best friend of Krishna. He said, how can you even think of killing him? You can never kill him. He fought with me. Shivaji said, he fought with me. And because he's protected by Krishna, even I could not defeat him. I was so pleased with him, I gave him my Pashupati weapon as a gift. You want to kill Arjun? You fool. Ask for something else. He said, no, no, Shivji, I want to kill those. Look what they did to me. I want to kill them. He said, you cannot kill them. But go. I will give you one benediction. That on one single day, because Shankar Bhagavan knows what Leela Krishna wants to do in the future. He said, one single day, you will be able to hold back, not defeat. You will be able to hold back 4 brothers, not Arjun. You can never stop Arjun. Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanurdhara. Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. Nobody can stop Arjun. Because on his chariot, Krishna will be there. Shankar Bhagavan said. So except Arjun, the other 4 brothers, just once, one day, you will be able to hold them back. And Jayadrat used that benediction to hold back the 4 brothers on that day. And Abhimanyu was left alone inside. He knew he's going to die. You know how old he was? He was 16 years old. 16 years old, Abhimanyu. Just married. In those days, they used to get married when they came of age. So he died. 6 Maharathis attacked him at the same time and killed him. But he gave it his very best, fought with them like anything. The point is, whether we win or whether we lose, we have to do what will please Krishna. We have to do what Dharma says we should do. That is our criteria. That is our yardstick of success. In this material world, success and failure is not in our hands. Hanumanji is always victorious. But Abhimanyu and Jatayu teach us that victory is not always guaranteed. But our attitude of devotion to Krishna, our attitude of service to Krishna is what makes us victorious. Is Jatayu any less than Hanumanji? Is Abhimanyu any less than Arjun? Krishna says, Arjun, you will have to stay in this world. But Abhimanyu is already in Vaikuntha. When Abhimanyu dies, Krishna says. And who is Abhimanyu? He is Krishna's sister's son. He's Subhadra's son. So he had a direct relationship with Krishna also. Srila Rupa Goswami gives the definition of prem. Would you like to hear? This Srila Rupa Goswami says the definition of sneha or prem, love, is Subhadra. Because in Mahabharata, it is mentioned that Subhadra's eklauta ladka, only child, eklauta bacha, Abhimanyu, at the age of 16, when the mother's love is at the peak, you have brought him up, he has just become a young man and he's so glorious, so noble. He died at the age of 16. And Subhadra, Mahabharata mentions, she never once, Subhadra Devi never once questioned Krishna, why? You were there on the battlefield. You were protecting my husband, Arjun. You could have protected my son also. It was not difficult for you. Srila Rupa Goswami says, even the thought never came to Subhadra that I should question Krishna. This is prem. That you have full confidence that whatever my Lord does is for my good. मारो भी राखो भी जो इच्छा तोहार नित्य दास प्रति तुआ अधिकार. आप मारो, आप रक्षा करो, इस आपके नित्य दास के प्रति आपको पूरा अधिकार है. मारो भी राखो भी जो इच्छा तोहार नित्य दास प्रति तुआ अधिकार. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, this is Sharanagati. And from Sharanagati comes prem. So this point is there that we must give our best. Now let us see what Srila Prabhupada writes. I have combined the purports to the 3 verses together. So we can hear Krishna in a flow and we can hear Prabhupada in a flow. The living entity is one of the energies of the Supreme Lord, but is distinct from matter, which is another inferior energy of the Lord. So Prabhupada is saying that the living entity means कौन? हम लोग, the souls, जीवात्मास. हम लोग भगवान की एक शक्ति है. We are an energy of Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, "Mamay amsha jiva loka jiva bhuta sanatana." हम सब भगवान के अंश हैं. Krishna says in Gita, "Mamay amsha, मेरे अंश हो आप. Mamay amsha jiva loka, jiva bhuta sanatana." Eternally, Sanatan, आप सब मेरे अंश हो. You are my fragmental parts and particles eternally, Krishna says. Similarly, matter means this entire universe, all the planets, all the suns, galaxies, mountains, rivers, all the species of life in this world, everything is Krishna's energy also. But this is the inferior energy of Lord. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Bhumir apo nalo vayu, kham mano buddhi revacha, ahankar ityam में भिन्ना प्रकृति अष्टदा. ये भी मेरी प्रकृति है. Bhumi, apo, earth, water, fire, air, these are also my energies, Krishna says. But this is inferior energy. The spiritual energy, which we are, marginal energy, we are superior. We are superior to matter. है कि नहीं? Are we equal to this wood or this tile, granite? No. The granite and wood cannot talk, does not have memory, does not have feelings, does not have the ability to discriminate, does not have the ability to speak, hear, think. है ना? We are different. We have all these abilities. So Krishna is saying the soul is superior to matter. So now listen to this. Analyze this. The soul is superior to matter. हम लोग कहाँ फंसे हैं? Matter में. The question उठता है. The question arises: how can the soul, who is superior to matter, be under the influence of matter? So that Krishna is going to ask. Somehow the superior nature, means the jiva, living entity, point number 2, has been in contact with material nature since time immemorial. हम लोग अनादिकाल से, since time immemorial, we are stuck in this material world. The temporary body or material dwelling place which he obtains is the cause of varieties of activities and their resultant reactions. So see, now how many of you are first generation? You have come to America from India. Okay. How many of you were born here? Second generation Indians. Okay. Now see the difference between those who raise their hands for first generation and those who raise their hands for second generation. Is there any difference? Aparna Mataji. Is there any difference between you and Aditi in terms of your experiences, in terms of the beliefs that you have gathered along in life? है ना? Your experiences, because you grew up in India, were different. Aditi grew up in America, so her experiences are somewhat different than you. Now go 5 generations. Imagine your 5 generations, next future 5 generations live in this country. Now think of the 5th generation from Aditi. Will there be a difference between you and them? Huge difference, ना? अभी आप में और आपके पेरेंट्स में फर्क है. How much my parents know about India, the Maharashtrian culture, many things I cannot follow. After coming here, I started saying can't and ऐसा. Some where you live, because patients को can't बोला तो समझता नहीं है. So I have to speak in a way that they will at least, it will be less difficult for them to understand. So we change when we come here. The next generation changes more. The next generation changes more. And it continues. And 5 generations from now, they will be completely homogenized in the American culture. Prabhupada is saying, we as souls have been in this material world since time immemorial. So will we have any memory of our spiritual nature? Nahin, na? Because we have been in the material world so much time. So many births we have been in this material world. हम लोग, we have no smriti, we have no memory of our spiritual nature. Who are you? Oh, I'm Indian. Who are you? I'm American. Because we are just identified with that nature now. And the spiritual nature is long forgotten. That's what Krishna is saying. Prabhupada is saying, somehow the superior nature living in it has been in contact with matter since time immemorial. The temporary body, which is a material dwelling place for the soul, is the cause of varieties of activities. We do activities with this body and the resultant reactions. You do activity, then the reaction will come. And we become so engrossed in that action reaction. We become so busy, like absorbed in the book Harry Potter, that we feel we are part of this world. Are you understanding how we get trapped? Living in such a conditional atmosphere, one suffers the results of activities of the body by identifying himself in ignorance with the body. We forget our spiritual nature. We think I'm this material body, this material world is where I belong. Idhar rehna hai, I have to be successful in this world. And we don't think of our original nature. Bhul gaye. It is ignorance acquired from time immemorial that is the cause of bodily suffering. See, when you invite somebody कि Friday को घर में भगवत गीता पे प्रवचन है, आ जाओ, come. Friday there is a Bhagavad Gita class discussion. Many people will not come. Why? Because they don't think this is relevant. They don't think this is relevant anymore. It is ignorance acquired from time immemorial that is the cause of bodily suffering. As soon as the living entity becomes aloof from the activities of the body, he becomes free from the reactions as well. So as soon as we understand that I am aloof from the activity of this body, then we are free from the reactions also. अगर हमने किया ही नहीं है तो फिर रिएक्शन लागू नहीं होगी. Reaction will not apply if we have not done. For example, there was a earthquake in Japan and a house was destroyed. We read this in the news. How many of us will start crying? How many of us will start panicking? How many of us will start getting extremely worried? Now, if we hear that this was my house in India, India mein earthquake hua and this house got destroyed, what will happen to us? Because there's a sense of, it's the same person. Nothing has physically happened. But when our house, if in the news it comes, some hurricane came and some house lost the roof. Okay. Next, we go to the next news. What's next? And if we come to it's our house, we'll be calling insurance company, we'll be calling Ricardo. Isn't it? Because it is our house. Similarly, when we become aloof, कि this is not my house, this all belongs to material nature. मैं कृष्णा का हूं. आमी तो तोमार, तुम्ही तो आमार. Krishna, I am yours and you are mine. Srila Prabhupada says that in the beginning of bhakti, we say, Krishna, I am yours. Krishna, I am yours. Krishna, I am yours. Krishna, I am yours. Tavasmi. Krishna, Tavasmi. And when we develop love for Krishna, then we say, Krishna, you are mine. Krishna, you are mine. That is Yashoda, Maya, Radharani. Krishna, you are mine. We have to reach that stage. Right now, this is my house. This is my car. This is my 401k. This is my checking account. This is my debit account. This is my Zelle. This is my this. This is my that. Because we are collecting all these possessions. And if we are collecting and we are considering them to be ours, then we are responsible for the reaction. If we consider the house my house, then we are responsible for the roof damage. We have to fix it. Correct? Where's mine? But if you say this is not mine, like the roof is damaged, but 3 days ago you sold it already. You have closed. You have moved into another house, and then the hurricane hits. Kuch takleef hogi? We will have an extra satsang in the house. Please come. I want to have an extra satsang. Krishna is so kind. Bacha liya main. Same house is getting damaged, but now instead of crying, we are celebrating. We are feeling relief. Ki bach gaya. है ना? Krishna Prabhupada is saying that when we become aloof from the activities of the body, then the reactions also we become free from them. As long as he's in the city of the body, Gopal, Navadvara Puri, last time when you were here, we were discussing the body is a city of 9 gates. So Prabhupada is saying, as long as he's in the city of the body, he appears to be the master of it. As long as we have the body in possession, I am the master of this body. After death, when the same soul goes to another body, then is there anything? Any control? No. Relatives will cremate the body or bury the body according to the religious beliefs. But actually, he is neither the proprietor nor controller of its actions and reactions. We think that I am the owner of this city of nine gates, but actually, we are not. He is simply in the midst of the material ocean struggling for existence. We accept this body as ours. I am this body. Now I have to play this video game. I am this person. Like in the video game, we say, I am that car. Now race. We think we are that red car. And everybody else is competitor. That's how we are. This is my body. Now come on. Game start. We are playing in this material world. I have to get into this college. I have to get that job. I have to save. I have to make this investment. I have to have this circle of friends who will take care of me. And that's okay. If we are there, we have to do it. But we have to understand that this is a game. It is not my real identity. My real identity is not this body. That's what we have to understand. So he's simply in the midst of material ocean struggling for existence. The waves of the ocean are tossing him and he has no control over them. How much can we control in this world, my dear friends? We can try. We can learn swimming. We can have a nice life jacket and we can try our best. But still, there are things that we cannot control. There are things that we cannot control. I saw one patient, I remember when I was doing my rotation at Emory during my residency, he had post traumatic stress disorder. I asked him what happened. He told me that I was a firefighter in California and recently I have moved to Atlanta. I said, why did you move? He said, the cost of living is much affordable here. I said, okay. And we went on, and then in one of his problem list was PTSD. I said, what happened that caused you so much trauma? He said, I used to be a firefighter in California. And there was a forest fire in California, and we went, and two of my best buddies who were with me, they died. He showed me photos also. He said, I was there, and I could not do anything to help them. The fire, it spread so fast, you cannot outrun it. We were trying to outrun it, and we could not outrun it. The wind was blowing, and the fire was moving at 10 miles an hour. How much are you going to run? So he said, two of my buddies died. Somehow I survived, but I saw their bodies getting charred, and it was just a nightmare. Now, these are firefighters, they are professionals, they are trained, they have all the equipment, they have aircraft support and everything. And it's a forest fire that just started in the summer in the forest of California. How much can you control? How much can you control? From Atlanta, we had a friend, couple, very active in our temple. They went to New Zealand for a vacation around 3 years ago. And they were visiting an island off the coast of New Zealand, which is a volcano. It had not been active for a long time. And right when their cruise ship was there and those tourists were on that island, the volcano erupted. And such hot steam came out, vapors came out that his whole body, both husband and wife, they got scalded. They were in the ICU in New Zealand for 15 days and then they died there. Pratap Prabhu. You see, cannot control. How much can you control? Can you control the weather? If some hurricane is coming, can we tell the hurricane don't come? All our technology, please listen carefully, all our scientific advancement and technology simply tells us that the hurricane is coming, evacuate. And all our motor vehicles and transportation is meant to run. But can we do anything to stop the hurricane, stop the tornadoes? No. Stop an earthquake, stop a tsunami? No. So Krishna is saying that we cannot control things in this world. It's foolishness to think that I am in control. His best solution is to get out of the water by transcendental Krishna consciousness. That alone will save him from all turmoil. As Goswami Tulsidas ji writes in Hanuman Chalisa, Antakala Raghuvar Purjai Jaha Janma Hari Bhakta Kahai. That is our only hope. We have to go to the spiritual world where we belong. The Sanskrit word Vibhu, in one of the verses, the word Vibhu was used for Krishna. Vibhu means the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is full of unlimited knowledge, unlimited riches, unlimited strength, unlimited fame, unlimited beauty, and unlimited renunciation. Now, we also have these qualities. We also can have a PhD, we can have money, we can become millionaire, even billionaire, we can have strength. We can become, what is that, Goba? UFC? MMA fighting, we can become very good fighters. We can have famous, we can be fame, we can have fame, we can have millions of followers on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We can be beautiful, we can win Mr. India, Miss India contest, and we can have renunciation. We can give huge amount of charity also. Like it is said, Mark Zuckerberg gave some 99% of his wealth. I have heard, I don't know if it is true. नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. Somebody may do. Belinda Gates and Melinda Gates का वो foundation है malaria के लिए. They are doing a lot of things in Africa. Good. So we may give charity also, but our charity, our beauty, our fame, our strength, our riches, our knowledge is all limited. But we are Anu. Anu means atomic, whereas Krishna is Vibhu. That is the difference. We have to understand this. He is always satisfied in himself, undisturbed by sins and pious activities. Krishna is always satisfied. Atmaram. Atmaram. Always, he doesn't need anybody to entertain him. Krishna is Atmaram. Lord does not create a particular situation for any living entity. We should not blame Krishna for our situations in life. Please listen to this third point very carefully. Lord Krishna does not create a particular situation for any living entity. So if we are in a bad situation, we should not start looking at Krishna. Why me? दुनिया बनाने वाले, क्या तेरे मन में समाई, तूने काय को दुनिया बनाई? We should not question Krishna like that. Listen carefully. This is philosophy. Krishna does not create a particular situation for any living entity, but the living entity, bewildered by ignorance, desires to put into certain conditions of life, and thereby his chain of action and reaction begins. We have put ourselves in this condition. हमने हैरी पॉटर को लाया लाइब्रेरी से बोरो करके. So I'll tell you one incident. There were two friends in office in Bombay. Every day they were in the same office. They had the same lunch break. And in the lunch break, they would sit in the lunch room. अपना डब्बा खोलते थे. You know how those dabbas? You know, in Bombay, those dabba walas bring dabbas. So they would open their dabba, multi-level, and they would eat lunch and then close the dabba and go back to work. Week after week, month after month, year after year. Two office friends. One on Monday, one of them, he opened a dabba. It was bhendi ki sabji and chapati. He ate. On Tuesday, he opened, it was bhendi. On Wednesday, he opened, it was bhendi. Sorry, Maitri, Wednesday, not Wednesday. She always corrects me. Dad, it's Wednesday. Wednesday. On Thursday also, it was bhendi ki sabji and roti. And this fellow was fed up. And the friend was saying, क्या यार तू रोज भिंडी की सब्जी लाता है? भाभी कुछ दूसरा बनाती नहीं क्या? Every day भिंडी की सब्जी. Said, I am fed up of this. That friend said, I am fed up of this bhendi. Then next week, Monday also bhendi. Tuesday also bhendi. Wednesday also bhendi. Thursday also bhendi. This friend says, tomorrow, if Friday also I get bhendi, I am going to jump off this 10th floor office and commit suicide. Wednesday came. It was lunch break. They went to the lunch room. He opened his dabba and it was bhendi ki sabji. He went to the window and jumped down. Committed suicide. During his cremation, the friend went for the cremation. His wife was there crying. So he went to her, said, please accept my condolences. I'm very sorry this happened. She says, yes, I'm sad, but I'm also very confused. So he says, why are you confused? And why did you keep giving bhendi every day? You are the cause of his suicide. She said, no, that's what is very confusing because my husband used to pack his own dabba. He used to cook and pack his own dabba. So this is our situation. We cook our own karma and then we blame Krishna. Why bhendi? Why bhendi? We are only cooking it. We are buying the sabji, we are cutting it, we are cooking it, we are packing it, and then we are... So we cook our own karma and then we blame Krishna. ऐसा क्यों किया? वैसा क्यों किया? मनात वाचिरे पूर्व संचित केले तयासारी के भोगणे प्राप्त झाले. What we do previously, that's the fate we get. As you sow, so shall you reap. It is said in the Bible. A living entity is by superior nature full of knowledge. Nevertheless, he is prone to be influenced by ignorance due to his limited power. So the question was, how can a superior jiva get trapped by lower inferior nature of Krishna called Maya, material nature. It's because we are very small. We are Anu. Material nature is inferior. For example, you know those what is that fish species, Gopal? They come in thousands and they eat up. Something like that. In Finding Nemo, they come, na? Or some other movie they come, something like that. So they are fish. It's a school of fish. There are thousands of them, and they come and they can kill a big prey. Why? Because they are in so many numbers. So similarly, we are spiritually superior than material nature, but we are small individual, and Maya is so big. You see? So therefore, we can become overwhelmed when we are not in connection with Krishna. But when we are in connection with Krishna, then nothing can happen. For example, if Chikki attacks, but I am in contact with Ajay Prabhu, Ajay Prabhu can tell, Chikki, sit, stay, then, correct? But if I am by myself, then I can be attacked. But the master can control. So who is the master of Maya? Maya Dhakshana Prakriti Sueta Sacharacharam. Krishna says, Maya is under me. So if Krishna is called Mayesh, the Ishwar of Maya. So if we are in touch with Krishna, Krishna can tell Maya, isko leave him alone. Don't bother him. Chhod de. But if we go ourselves, then like, where is Maithili? Like this Lion King. How many of you have seen Lion King? I have seen with Gopal when he was small. In Lion King, that small lion, Simba, he goes where the hyenas live. Correct? So he's a lion, they are hyenas. Who is stronger? But what happens to him? He's overwhelmed because they are grown up hyenas, many of them, and he's alone. Then Mufasa comes, father, and immediately the hyenas, they scatter away, they go away. Correct? We are exactly like that. We are like the little Simba who likes adventure. And we leave our father, Krishna, and mother, Radharani, and we come in the material world. Let me try it out. And then we are in the casino of Maya. And we are gambling here, taking chances, chances after chances after chances. And then now we suddenly have a debt of $100,000. And the bouncers have caught us. Chal nikal paisa. Give $100,000. Oh, no, I came with $100 only. I came with one Amazon gift card which I had. But then the father comes. He's a billionaire. He settles the account. Chalo, chodo usko. He's my kid. Leave him. Here, here's a check. And he takes us away. Correct? Like that. This is our situation. We are in this material world. We are in an embarrassing situation. We have to take shelter of Krishna, and Krishna will protect us. How do I know? I am a Baddhajiv. We are all in the same boat. I am not claiming to be any spiritually advanced person or anything. We are all in the same boat. In fact, all of you are more sincere than me, humbler than me, more advanced than me. But why I'm saying like this, that Krishna will save? I will tell you one story. Always remember this story. Never forget it. Okay? This I heard from Santa Tukaram Maharaj of Pandharpur. He says this in Manabhanga. That how do I know? How does a saint know that Krishna will, all this, Krishna will save us? How do we know that? Tukaram Maharaj says in the village at night, when a thief comes, there are many gullies. कई सारे गलियां होते हैं और हर गली में कुत्ते होते हैं. So when one dog sees the thief, boo, 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 will start barking. Correct? Hearing that dog, other dogs in the other lanes will start barking. Have you heard that? And then there will be kolahal. There will be all chaos, bomb, bomb, bomb. Everybody's barking at night. Suddenly, 15, 20 dogs are barking. Now, have the other dogs seen the thief? Tukaram Maharaj, other dogs have not seen. But one dog has seen. So have we seen Krishna? Have I seen Krishna? No. But Prabhupada has seen Krishna. In Jhansi on Janmashtami. It's documented. He had darshan of Krishna. Krishna gave him his garland. And suddenly in Jhansi, where there is no Kadamba trees, Prabhupada was found at midnight with a big garland of Kadamba from Prabhupada's shoulder down to his feet. And the whole room was fragrant and there was nobody else. Prabhupada was alone singing on the harmonium at night in Jhansi. Nobody came. Alone Prabhupada was singing. He had only one disciple, Acharya Prabhakar. And Prabhupada sent him for preaching. So when he came back, Prabhupada was alone there. And he saw Prabhupada was dancing up and down. It was 1 o'clock at night on Janmashtami. He said, Prabhupada, he was not even called Prabhupada. He was Swamiji, what happened? What happened? Where does this garland come from? Big, thick Kadamba garland. There are no Kadamba flowers here in Jhansi. Prabhupada didn't say anything. But next day he pestered. Next day again he pestered. Tell, tell, tell. Then Prabhupada said, nobody came. I was all alone. I thought it is Janmashtami. For the pleasure of Krishna, let me preach. Let me speak Krishna Katha. Let me do Kirtan. And I was doing Kirtan. I was singing for Krishna. I was feeling some love for Krishna. And Krishna appeared and gave me his garland as a token of love. And as I went to touch Krishna's feet, he disappeared. Hare Krishna. So we have not seen Krishna, but the sadhus have seen Krishna. The saints have seen Krishna. And they have barked, and therefore we are barking. Tukaram Maharaj says like this. Isn't it beautiful? So on the strength of our acharyas, we are saying that Krishna consciousness works. We are also students. Somebody is in second grade, somebody is in third grade. We have not graduated, but there are people who have graduated successfully from the school of bhakti, and they are our role models. Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Are there any questions? I have to end this now. Any questions or reflections? Okay, so, yes, Divya Mataji. Which story? The Bhendi? No! Please, it was not a true story. It was just an allegorical story. I should have clarified that.
Sandwiches with construction workers.
Okay. Hare Krishna. And it was just an allegorical story. Mm. Okay, any other questions? Okay, so now we will have nice kirtan. Maithili, come. What is this? Come. Prabhupada did kirtan, so now you also do kirtan. Srila Prabhupada ki. Acha, Vanit Prabhu once. There's one question from Vanit Prabhu. From
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandava Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandava Pranam.
Prabhuji, no question. Just want to check. Did you cover today Ghanshyam Prabhu story? Actually, we joined very late.
Nahi, Prabhuji. So that we will do hopefully next time.
Take a Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Okay, so Maithili, come do kirtan. Harmonium इकडे आण. Gopal, you take mridanga. Achyut Kishore Prabhu, Kartal. Will Achyut Kishore Prabhu? We'll just have one Kartal, one mridanga, and one harmonium. So, dear devotees, this is the most important part of the Katha, most important part of the Satsang, Harinam Sankirtan. So, let us sit together and let us absorb ourselves in the chanting of the holy name. Okay? Very attentively from the heart. Everybody can do that? Yeah. Hari Bol. Okay, Maithili, quickly come, beta. Sir. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna 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 Krishna
Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Narsimha. So, Abhinav, you offer the aarti, and kids, you will do aarti. Sudevi, come. Take the.